An Irish band who have 8 #1 albums, amassed an incredible 14 billion streams online, sold 5 million albums, take a breath, and played to millions all over the world. With stats like that, of course we are talking about The Script, Darren.
Yes, and next month Danny Donoghue and the band are releasing their 8th studio album, and Fionnuala Jones caught up with Danny to get a sneak preview. Take a look at this.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brand new Script album coming out August 14th. The User's Guide to Being Human.
Yeah.
How does it feel? You've played it a little bit today. It's getting into ears. How are we feeling?
How does it feel for you? That's what I want to know.
It feels great.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. It must be exciting for you.
Yeah, you know, coming back to the scene of the crime, this is where we had our first ever show. So coming back here was really a great moment to promote it. And I said, you guys got to see the short and all the micro dramas as well. There's loads of drama online, loads of social media drama. Yeah.
We love drama.
Yeah.
We love it. We love it on the 6
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Who
Yeah.
doesn't? It's a really interesting title, The User's Guide to Being Human, and I hear it was inspired by an encounter that you had in LA. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So it was, I was standing on Santa Monica, where the pier is, and there was a homeless guy behind me, and there was a delivery little food truck, robot food truck. So these tiny little robots on wheels, they got a little face on them, and it was trying to get by the homeless guy, and he's like kicking at it, and it was just such a surreal, dystopian image. And at the same time, this car went by, a Waymo, which is a driverless car, and then 2 Teslas, 2 of those giant silver bullet ones, you know. And I was like, the future is now. It's not this far away dream that's going to happen. It's literally having, you know, it's happening in front of my eyeballs. So we went up to the studio. I told the lads what I'd just seen, and we were like, listen, if we forget what it's like to be human, it would be great if there was a user's guide to just go through all of the different things that it takes to be human. So yeah, we wrote the song called The User's Guide to Being Human, and kind of here we are a few months later, literally, album done, ready to promote it, yeah.
So you're just off the back of supporting Luke Combs.
Yeah. Talk about a buzz, come on.
Talk about a buzz.
Yeah.
What was it like playing such an iconic Irish venue?
I had just had U2 in my head the whole time. I also had a cowboy hat on as well, so I was like, some of the pictures, I'm like, yeah, proper Bono vibes, you know. It was, again, iconic venue. You know, he's the first country star to ever sell out 2 nights there as well. So, you know, it's less a gig, it's more of a festival, because they have bands on from 1 o'clock in the day pretty much all the way through. Yeah. And I was thinking, because the All-Ireland final was on the Sunday, maybe people would be like a little late to the show, whatever. But it was jammers. It was like 60,000 people in there at 3 o'clock in the day. Just the Irish just showing up everywhere. It's brilliant.
Absolutely. From 60,000 people, though, to smaller venues, we've seen you pop up and with these support acts. You played a small pub in Slane when you were supporting Take That. You did the same in Manchester.
Glasgow.
How does that
Amsterdam
compare, though, when you're going from, you know, 60,000 people to, like, I don't know, 60 in a room?
Well, sometimes it means more to the 60 in the room than it does to the people who've been, you know, going to the stadium. We love to just contrast it. Yeah, we've been doing it now nearly a year, and it's just been so rewarding to just go pick a pub, maybe they're not doing too well, pick the pub, put it up online an hour beforehand, and then just seeing what happens. And madness always happens. It's just great because we're trying to go back to grassroots, and for every big show that we do, we'll do a small show. Yeah. And then, like I said, it's just, that's where we started. That's where I'll be going back, so. You
are a big champion of the human experience. Obviously, this album is essentially all about that.
Yeah.
And I found it very interesting, you know, you were recently in Leinster House speaking to TDs about the issues around generative AI, especially in terms of artists and music. I mean, beyond the obvious, why is it so important for you to be so kind of vocally critical of AI and its use in your industry?
Many different reasons. One of the main reasons for me is my whole family. My father was a musician, my uncle was a poet, my great uncle was a poet. All my brothers and sisters have been in bands, in and out. All my friends are musicians. I feel like if you're not a musician or not a part of a musician's family, you don't understand the devastation that's already occurring in music. It's already really, really hard to try and make it. We're in rarefied air, being The Script, and you know, we've 30 million monthly listeners. Everybody else doesn't have anywhere near that. And for those people to have a voice, that's the least I can be doing.
What do you want governments to do then in Ireland, and I suppose globally as well, to protect artists against this tide of AI?
Mainly what we're trying to do is apply pressure with with the government because we have the presidency of the Council of the European Union. Now, for those of you that don't know what that means, is we then get to set the agenda. And rather than you guys, like the European Union, setting the agenda, some of these countries, they may not have musicians, music may not be their culture. We know, because we have a harp on the front of our passport. That's what we're known for around the world. Our culture, our heritage, Irish music, Irish dancing, sport, literature. You know, some of the best poets in the world came from this isle. So if we're not going to look after our own, then who is?
The one thing about the script is you've always been a very video-focused band, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you gave Eve Hewson her break, we'll say, for the first time video. That's a bit of a flex.
You're welcome, Ireland.
I'd be dropping that into
You're
conversation.
Yeah. I'd like to think it was me. Charles Mayling, the guy who produced that for us as well. He was really good friends with him back in the day, and he was like, I think she's going to be huge, so let's have her in the video.
And look, I have to ask. I read Taylor Swift described herself as a scriptie previously. There's a big event recently, herself and Travis tied to the knot. Were you one of the 1,000 people
Not
invited
at all, no.
to the wedding?
No.
Raging.
No,
okay, we'll be bringing that up
no,
the
but
next time you see her.
congratulations.
There you go.
Congratulations, Tata. No, congratulations. A hilarious story, actually. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, always.
So I performed with Taylor Swift, and my sister was a big Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah.
So this was maybe 3 years ago. So I got really drunk at Christmas, and my sister's been looking for Taylor Swift tickets, or at least to get the code.
Yeah.
Right, get the code. So I was asleep, and my sister got my phone, used my face, broke into my phone, and got Taylor Swift's number and called her. There you go.
Brilliant. So that might explain the lack of invitation to the wedding, Danny.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Oh my God, a cracker. Thank you for that story.
Yeah,
thank you for
welcome.
letting us listen to the album. And thank you for chatting
I
to me,
didn't say
Danny.
which sister, so you won't know.
She's not talking just yet. Danny O'Donoghue, thank you so much. Congrats on the album.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Danny needs to name and shame that sister. Did she get the Taylor Swift tickets?
I mean, that's the important question.
Yeah.
I admire her tenacity.
Absolutely.
Let's just leave it there. And a reminder that the Scripps album, The User's Guide to Being Human, will be released on the 14th of August and is available to pre-order now.
That would be an amazing album. If you want to see Danny and the boys live, check them out in the 3 Arena on the 30th and 31st of October. Halloween.
Ooh, spooky.
Spooky. We're nearly there. Not just yet. Tickets are available from ticketmaster.ie.